Hey everyone, I'm Heinz and welcome to my trading channel. And in today's video, we'll look at my progress with Darwinex Zero as well as my first payout of a performance fee. Now I started trading with Darwinex since the 17th of June 2025 and about 3 months ago on the 3rd of August I made a video after completing the calibration phase. I said that I'll be doing another video after receiving my first payout, so today we'll take a deep dive into the payout structure. But before moving forward, if you find any of the information in this video helpful, I'm going to ask you to drop it a like. Also subscribe to stay updated with future videos. So firstly, let's travel back 3 months ago and see how I did until inception. Now then, I had a total return of 9.85% with a maximum drawdown of 4.56, and at that time, in the 3rd of August, my total assets under management was 30,000 euros. Now, one of the great things of Darwinex is that the funding does stack, meaning I had that 30,000 available for the next 3 months. Now, if we fast forward to the present, you'll see that my current return to inception has increased to 25.53%, or in other words, an additional 15.68%. The maximum drawdown is currently sitting at 4.61, and I've increased the total assets under management to 150,000. Overall, I've been really impressed because each month, if you do qualify for additional funding, you do qualify for that funding for the next 3 months. And you'll see that there has been some periods of drawdown, but one of the most important things is the consistent growth. Now, if we look at our current risk ratio, which is one of the most important factors when it comes to successful Darwin trading, it's a little bit down from 2.87 to 2.01. However, I have now removed the lot sizing automatic increase and have set a fixed lot size for each of the specific pairs that I'm currently trading on this account. I found the risk ratio one of the most important aspects, so make sure that you take the time to familiarize yourself if you're planning on trading with Darwinex Zero. Now, the darwinia allocation grows over 3 months, meaning once you've received an allocation, you can trade on that capital amount for the next 3 months. So in our previous video on the 3rd of August, we had that 30k allocation, but that 30k allocation stayed with me for 3 months. The month after that, I qualified for an additional 30,000, which took the total allocation under management all the way up to 60k. Now this means that it's stacking every month, so I was able to receive additional allocation for each of the consecutive months that I've been trading after the calibration phase, and the month after that I received an additional 65,000, taking it up to 125k, which was the amount under management for my first payout. So if we take that 125k and we look at our October return of 4.23%, you can understand how the stacking and performance fees can become quite significant really quickly. Now, one of my next goals with Darwinex Zero is to qualify for gold. However, you have to have 8 months worth of track record before you qualify for Darwinia Gold. Now, if we head over to the allocation tab, you can see my total performance fee earned since started trading with Darwin in 17th of June 2025 is 1,647 euros, and I will also be working on my next set of allocation and performance fees, which is already running live. Now, to qualify for this payout, I had to provide them with a proof of identification as well as bank account details, or alternatively you can also transfer it to a different Darwin account and trade if you'd like with that capital allocation. Now, the performance fees forms an crucial part of the Darwinia sphere, so let's take a closer look at how these are calculated. Now, Darwinex Zero pays a 15% performance fee based on the returns achieved with the capital allocation using a high-watermark method. Now, the calculation depends on two key elements. Firstly, the high watermark, and then additionally the time period, which can either be monthly or quarterly, which is the default period. The high watermark is a widely used concept in the asset management industry and is a reference for the fees that the manager should receive. Using this method, they ensure that we receive fees on profits that have actually been generated, and this also avoids the idea of overlapping profits so that you only get paid on the amount that you actually earned in that quarter or month. At Darwinex Zero, the performance fees are calculated either monthly, which is available for darwinia allocations, permanent allocations, and the new function of boosters, alternatively quarterly, as I currently have on this account. As I've previously mentioned, by default these performance fees are charged every quarter, so depending on when you did your calibration phase, after 3 months determined as your first quarter. Now for new clients, they also have the opportunity of offering monthly payouts. However, there is an additional cost incurred, which is either 12 euros or 13 US dollars. Now for my upcoming new Darwinex account, I'm planning on taking advantage of this so that I have one setup with a quarterly performance fee and the other with a monthly fee. So let's now dive into the actual setup that I'm running live on my virtual private server. So on Darwinex Live, I'm currently running only 2 expert advisors across 3 different pairs. And at the moment, I'm running EA Black Dragon on the audcad, EA Black Dragon on the eurusd, and Blitz Gold EA on the xauusd or spot gold against the US dollar. Now, EA Black Dragon, I've created multiple videos showcasing different ways to trade this expert advisor, but you have to note that these are not the default settings, but rather a custom set file that I specifically created for Darwinex. The same for the eurusd, I'm not using the default settings, but rather a custom set file that I specifically created and also covered in some of my videos right here on my YouTube channel. Then the third expert advisor that I'm currently running on this account is Blitz Gold EA. Now this was one of my best performing expert advisors for 2025, and I recently did a review or follow-up video showcasing the exact settings that I'm running for this expert advisor. Now for my new Darwinex, which I'll be launching this week, I'm planning on trading different robots from these that are running on this account. So what I've been doing is I've already been testing some expert advisors to see if they'll be perfect fit for the Darwinia environment. Now one of the expert advisors that it's really standing out for me is the ORB Master EA. And I'm already running the ORB Master EA on an FPS account to see how it performs in the live environment. Now on this account, it's currently sitting at $575.94. I've had a total profit or P&L of over $75 in just 2 weeks of running this EA. Now this is an index expert advisor trading the US 30, US 100, US 500 as well as the DAX 30. And overall trading in between these different indexes or multi-index strategy has really showcased great growth as well as a very low drawdown. Now I'll be doing a full review on the ORB Master next week, so make sure to like, comment and subscribe and you'll receive an update from YouTube. And with all of that said guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy trading. Bye.